I do believe that giving is a heart issue, that you're going to give if you feel that connection to something.
Right.
And, and I think that's an opportunity for you to pray. This is a season that be in prayer and be thinking about how you can use that gift and talent to further the kingdom and be generous, not only in your resources, but being generous in heart too.
Right. That's right. That you're praying for the ministries or the nonprofits and praying for the families.
Yeah. Very easy to do wherever you are. Welcome to the Well-Grounded Podcast. I am Diane.
And I am Leigh Ann.
And we are here to bring some Christmas cheer today. This is coming out the week of Christmas.
Oh my goodness.
Are we ready for this?
Yes. Yes. I'm so excited.
It's so fun. I
love these Christmas sweaters.
So we had the fun idea to say that let's get very festive and dress up in Christmas sweaters.
So fun.
I'd have to say.
She has a collection.
Yes, I do have
I got to borrow one. I don't know what happened to all my Christmas sweaters. Yeah. I somehow converted to t-shirts and sweatshirts at some point, but this is so much cuter.
Yes.
I love it.
So
I love it.
We are feeling festive and all of the good things.
Love it.
Hopefully by now it's just a few days before Christmas and the errands are starting to calm down. The baking is going well. Family might be coming in town. Are we ready?
Yes.
Like some of us have those college kids that are returning home. Maybe you haven't seen them for a while. Maybe it's great reunions
making
and things.
Plans. And even the ones, our family has done some creative planning around doing Christmas activities, even though we may not all be together on the 25th this year, but we are seeing each other have seen each other in December and doing all these fun things. So,
and it's those little traditions. Like I've realized that as my kids have gotten older, those little hokey things, like we love to get cookies and cocoa and watch Polar Express.
Yes, so fun.
We just get in our pajamas and do that and just have a good old time. And even as older kids, they say, aren't we going to have our Polar Express night?
Yeah.
I'm like, sure we are. It sounds wonderful. And we just love it. And what's fun too is like if you have families that have younger kids, I've tried to incorporate them to come over and do some things, because I think sometimes young moms are a little intimidated on how to just start those traditions or get things going and things. So I was obviously very big on doing those things. And it's fun to just let other people and bring them along.
And it's good for the older kids to be around littles too. It's like that nothing's more multi-generational than Christmas than the holidays, so doing that and being together. So
definitely. So
it's a joyful time.
It is a joyful time.
Yes. It's different than when we were putting together complicated Christmas things on Christmas Eve. This is more about like lights and yummy dinners and we're like foodies now instead of buying the dollhouse that has to be constructed, that kind of thing.
Speaking of foodies, we can go right into our fun and festive holiday Christmas latte moment.
Come on. What's cuter than this?
We have a homemade peppermint hot chocolate. So let's taste this and see what does it taste like.
Very good.
Peppermint?
Oh yes. It's so good.
It's good.
Did you grate the little peppermints? Did you grind them up for us a peppermint sprinkle, my friend?
Right. Actually, yes, we did.
I'm proud of you.
The garnish is always to me that little final touch that we do on any coffee or latte moment. And I think what's really fun about this. So there's two ways about this that I wanted to share, that couple of surprising things with this recipe.
Okay.
So some people truly can make hot chocolate from scratch. Now, there's a lot of shortcuts that you don't have to do that. You can go and buy those mixes. There's all sorts of ones out there. So if you really want a time saver, just get your own kind of hot chocolate and then you don't have to make it. But if you truly,
the Polar Express music for hot chocolate.
hot chocolate. If you really want to, do it from scratch, the recipe that we're going to share in our show notes actually has a from scratch recipe. And I thought it was really interesting because it has your milk, your cocoa powder, but two things that it had that I don't normally do when I make my hot cocoa in it, it has maple syrup.
Oh, I can
which is a good sweetener, and it actually makes it a little thicker. And then to really jazz it up a bit, you actually melt real chocolate chips while you're making the cocoa and the milk mixture. And then you add your peppermint extract at the end. And so you do that. And then some people, you can even make peppermint whipped cream. You can do all sorts of things. So you can go big or go home with this one.
This little shaving. So I do a cocoa bar, hot cocoa bar. Yeah. Where I just have all the toppings ready to go, and people can kind of make it throughout the season.
Yeah.
I need to add this with the little sprinkles,
because we do take those candy canes, pound them with a spoon, and
that's what I'm saying. But like to have that ready to go, because we do the little sticks.
It's kind of like sugar sprinkles.
Oh, it's so cute. Yeah. It really takes it next level, and they stick into the whipped cream.
Yes,
that's a cool whip.
Now, the other thing that's really special about this is we've never done a cocoa.
I can't believe that
podcast for a latte
because we've had something peppermint before.
Yes, we did a peppermint mocha last year.
But the hot cocoa?
A hot cocoa. I can't believe it. When I was going back through my notes, I said, what? We've never done a cocoa before. This is a game changer for me.
And it's really good.
To do it. Yes.
It is really good.
So we hope that you will enjoy this peppermint hot cocoa. You can make it at home, or you can just buy the shortcuts and have fun and do that with your family. Yeah. It's a lot of fun for the holidays.
Get that little cocoa bar set up so you're ready to go with all the fun things.
So what are we talking about today?
Oh my goodness, it's such a sweet one. Yes. It's going to be our topic today. Just to reiterate, we do go over this at the beginning of each episode, but we are in the middle of season 4.
Yes.
And we are talking about being called to worship, what that looks like in our everyday life, in body, mind, spirit. It's worship is for everyone was how we kicked this off, right?
Yeah.
So as we think about Christmas and the worshipful songs, literally worshiping and honoring and celebrating the birth of Jesus.
Yeah.
The reason for all of this, right? We are looking at bringing our gifts and who the ultimate gift is, which is Jesus, right?
Yep.
So this is worship through gifts and talents, actually. So we just wanted to talk about Jesus as the greatest gift.
Yeah.
And so I know you have some cool cool things to kick us off here. So
it's just, I am a big celebrator. I love to celebrate birthdays. I love to celebrate anniversaries, family traditions, and things. And one of my favorite traditions has been that we celebrate the birth of Christ. And a lot of people have seen, you'll see it online, you'll see it in stores, but you can buy things that talk about Happy Birthday Jesus and Happy Birthday Jesus parties. And for many years, we did, our small group would come together and we would watch a Christmas story together. And it was called The First Noel, and it was just animated.
But it's the birth of Jesus
yes.
story.
Yeah. And if I can, I do believe it's still out there somewhere. And if we can put it in those show notes, I will, because it's such a sweet, very short. It's like 17 minutes long, so it keeps any attention.
Yeah, we had all those littles of all different ages,
but we would always do that Happy Birthday Jesus cake, and I felt like that it was such a good reminder for little kids to understand what is the purpose of this season. Yes, they're going to get gifts. Yes, they're going to have a lot of fun. There's going to be tons of good things to eat and stuff, but what are we really thinking about? And that is the birth of Jesus. Right. And so it's truly, to me, this is such a special time of year. And it's those core memories that we talk about that you make with your families that they're going to remember for a long time. We would also, a lot of times I would have a craft that our friends would do, and it always did focus around the nativity. And I will tell you, most of those still make it on my tree. Our kids still have their little nativities on their tree and things. And it's special to remember that time.
Oh yeah. And we do talk a lot about things through the age, like through different ages and stages kind of thing. And one thing about the Christmas story is it's got so many layers to it, and you can go deeper and deeper. So with a young child, you can just present the basics, right? Mary and Joseph looking for a place. They're going to have their baby. The new baby comes, the animals that are around, things that young children can get involved and learn about. And then as you get older, you can get more of like the historical context and the, all kinds of neat books children's books. And that was always my thing, was pulling out each year. I have a collection of Christmas books.
Yeah, I love
and
that.
Those are on display, and of course decorating and all of the holiday traditions. And Dan would play piano.
Oh, yes.
My husband would play piano at that small group. Yeah. Happy Birthday, Jesus. We had, that was such a sweet time, for the kids that they looked forward to, and being with each other.
And celebrating that season together.
Yes,
it's a special thing.
And adapting that as the kids get older.
Yeah.
But honoring the birth, honoring the birthday that we are really celebrating in that.
And to me, the Christmas season, just there's so many aspects of how that is worship,
right?
How the majestic songs that we sing, the Christmas
carols,
programs,
our
hymns,
hymns,
all the hymns. It's just a lovely time of year. So we're really excited. Today was a fun episode to do.
We got to go to, just real quick, we got to go to Luke and Charlotte, who were our first guests. They had a Christmas production this year, and we got to go visit them and see their production and be there for Charlotte's birthday and everything. But it's starting new traditions with the adult kids, with the married kids, with the grown-up kids, and
having to travel to see everybody and do different things
and making those plans. Yes, absolutely.
Important.
I know. And we definitely want to, keep including and keeping the traditions, but also adapting them as well.
Having that. When we were preparing for today, I did find a devotional book that I have used, and it's actually called The Gift of Jesus, and it's written by Charles Stanley. And I just thought this was a great reference. We just talking about today and
Meditations on Christmas is the subtitle. That's beautiful.
I know. It's really nice. I just think that when you can really know that Jesus is the greatest gift. Right. We have written down to say from, what is the verse? It's from James 1:17. Every good and perfect gift is from above. Yeah. And I do believe that is a great place to start.
Right.
That's a very easy one to reference.
Starting with Jesus. He's the gift. Yes.
And so we want to take some time today and just being able to share how does our gifts and talents, the things that we can kind of present to God in our world, like how does that become an act of worship?
Right. And Luke, I remember in our interview, in our conversation with Luke and Charlotte, he talked about the sacrifice of worship, right? And there's nothing really that complicated about it, but we just live in a culture that tells you do what's best for you.
Yeah.
Do what's always, in your own best interest, instead of looking and saying, where can I be generous or serve someone else?
Sure.
And God blesses us back for that.
Yeah.
It's like, it is more blessed to give than to receive. Yeah. He says that. But we also see that these are ways that we are intentionally serving God. It's through someone else, someone in need, or some organization that you want to support, your local church. Amazing way to invest and to do that. But we're really doing it unto the Lord.
Yeah.
So we just, that service before self is our kids, our
school.
Yeah. Attend the same school, and they're one of the kind of core values of that is service before self. And it's just a mindset. Yeah. It's a way of life, really, to think about.
What I really enjoy at this time of year is the opportunities to be generous, generous with your time, generous with your talents, and generous with your gifts. And, I love seeing those toy drives, Angel Tree that Salvation Army does, Toys for Tots, the different things that And it's a great, great opportunity to teach your children the gift of generosity.
Right.
You're at a store, you can buy that unwrapped toy and then find that drop off location and do that, or go and get that angel tree somewhere, or get that angel off the angel tree and go and search for that gift, because it really does teach your kids that it is better to give than to receive.
Yeah.
The
shoe boxes.
Yeah. Oh, the Operation Christmas Child.
Yes.
I love that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we did that really young. I remember starting where each of our kids had to put the time in. I could have just done it.
Oh yeah.
I could have just bought it all myself and done the boxes.
Yeah.
And I would do one. Several years we have 3 children, and so we would make sure that they each had one. Like,
yes.
You're thinking about what you would put in, and it helps them to like connect with the child that's actually going to get it. But one big thing with this, and the reason we're highlighting it, is because yes, it is important in a season of the gimmies.
Yeah.
And I want, and here's my Christmas list, and here's what I want, and all that as parents, that we're recalibrating, that they're thinking about someone besides themselves.
True.
But it's also a time when they are, that modeling of, yes, it's a practical gift for a real person.
Yeah.
That gift is going to a child who's not getting
Able
to make
to
the
get-
list
yeah.
and get whatever.
Yeah.
They're going to get all their dreams come true kind of thing. And so you're making sure that practical side, but it's also so rewarding.
It is.
To extend out beyond. Yeah. So,
if you can find an opportunity, that Operation Christmas Child which is a great thing that you can bring your kids along with. There's sometimes, like I said, the toy drives, your local church may have some things that they're
a lot
adopting a family. You adopt a family for the season and things. And so it's really great ways, to contribute, your gifts and talents. I think when we think about how our generosity can just be a springboard to other things.
Right.
Yes, the Christmas season is right now, but what can you be doing in January? What can you be doing in February? And almost keep that idea going about the spirit of generosity. Sometimes we do get kind of, and I've talked to some nonprofits before, and they said it's so wonderful, the donations that they get for November and December between Thanksgiving and Christmas. But it's really in April and May that they need that extra help. And so be thinking about that as you enter the new year. Like, how can you extend that out? And maybe it's once a quarter.
Right.
You pick a charity, or you pick something that you want to partner with. There are so many that you can find.
They're doing great. They're doing great work. And the intentionality of it is such a thing when we connect it back to worship, right? Because you can just live for yourself.
Yeah.
You can just do your own thing and cruise along, but to stop and to pause and to say, God, show me.
Yeah.
Where should we be? Asking the Lord for guidance and for direction, and like, where should I be investing this year? Where should I be volunteering my time or giving on, my treasure kind of thing?
Yeah.
So being able to think in terms of extending out and making that sacrifice of worship to God.
I love that. And, when you're talking about the whole aspect of time, that's also important, because a lot of times this is a hard time for churches, to have volunteers. You sometimes have more people attending during the holiday season. And
lots
so
more.
They need more people in the nursery. They need more people in kids worship.
Advent services.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like people that maybe don't go all year
and then
are going to make an effort to be there.
So, just think about that. And if you have that resource of time that you can, maybe that's another option that you can give. And like we said, it's
with
better
your older kids serving together.
Yes.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a great thing. I truly believe that as you go into this season, we came in November with the season of thankfulness. I truly believe that in Christmas, it's just, you do have a reverence surrounding you. It is a very holy time.
Yes. That's so good. That's a great point.
you just feel that presence and, the humbleness of the manger, and realizing that how Christ came into this earth is just such a wonderful, simple.
Yes.
Sometimes in our busy world, we
Right.
can make things complicated,
Right.
but it is such a simple act of worship.
Right.
Honestly, the way he came down to this earth.
That's right. And the really straightforward, simple verse that I'd love to share.
Yeah.
2 Corinthians 9:7 says, God loves a cheerful giver.
Yeah.
And so we know that to him, it's not about quantities. It's not about certain things. It's about the heart.
Yeah.
And that is between you and God.
Yes.
We don't know.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be. And I don't want to be judging anybody's heart about it. But God is looking on the heart.
Yeah.
And he's looking for the willingness to give and that generosity of spirit and heart. Yeah.
And it truly is, because I do believe that giving is a heart issue, that you're going to give if you feel that connection to something.
Right.
And, and I think that's an opportunity for you to pray. This is a season that be in prayer and be thinking about how you can use that gift and talent to further the kingdom and be generous, not only in your resources, but being generous in heart too.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
That you're praying for the ministries or the nonprofits and praying for the families.
Yeah. Very easy to do wherever you are, and maybe it's, right now at this time of year, you're going to be sitting in more traffic than you might normally be.
I feel like
doing anything like that, and turning down the noise and turning down the radio and things, and just really listening to what God is saying and praying to him.
That's right.
And just praying, lifting those people up. There are people too that holidays are really tough. They're missing a loved one that has passed away. They're missing their family. Maybe they're a military spouse and their spouse is not able to be home for the holidays. And so, I really feel very empathetic to those people every year.
Yeah.
It isn't easy to go through those times.
Right. And giving that, because of traffic, because of hectic schedules and all that, giving that extra margin and that extra grace to people. We see it because we live in a place where a lot of people visit this time of year. And so our traffic goes sky high at this time of year. But also just acknowledging, it was something you said a minute ago that I wanted to circle back to because it was so good.
The reverence and the holy time.
Yes, the holy time of year. Yes. Yeah. And even though you may be watching this the week of Christmas or somewhere around that time, it's not too late to pause and to seek the Lord about this.
Yeah.
We are highlighting it because of it, fits so well to this time, but this is a year-round thing. But yes, this time of year is the time for some soul searching. People come to the Lord this time of year. Like they find a relationship
connection.
And yes. So
I love that.
Yay.
One other verse we wanted to share is from John 14:6. And it says, shine your light before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven.
Love it.
And doesn't that just sum it up to what we're saying today about, realizing that we want to do what we know is going to honor God.
And it's going to point to him.
Yeah.
If somebody says, why are you doing all of this? Or why do you make this a priority? Because we believe that it honors God. We want him to have the glory for it. We want him to work in our lives and through our lives for others.
Yeah.
And as a parent, it's the hardest and the easiest in some ways. It's like, it's such an important priority to pass on to your kids. Yeah. Because I believe that it is something that's taught.
Sure.
It is something that's learned. Like
modeled.
Modeling. Yeah. Serving others, being generous with others. You do that when you see your parents do it.
True.
You do that when you see them saying this is important.
Yeah.
You need to make,
like we've said, that word, the sacrifice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have margin for it. Yeah.
This season we've been talking about Psalm 100.
Yes.
And the verse that kind of to us ties in with this part today is from Psalm 100 verse 2, worship the Lord with gladness, come before him with joyful songs. And that just sums up the entire feeling and the joyfulness that is around the birth of Christ. And I feel that
carols,
it's such a good,
songs.
good thing that we can think about.
Music is such a huge part, and worshiping in song. And, I like all the silly Christmas songs too, but I really enjoy this time of year of just thinking about the lyrics of a lot of the most classic carols, Christmas carols, So I want to go caroling.
Yes, I know. Caroling doesn't happen much anymore.
It's like your neighbors are all out doing other things.
Yeah,
Like
neighbors
you go knock on their door and they're not
Nobody's
home
there.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's like,
I know.
I miss Christmas caroling. I think we did it when the girls were little, in like a small town.
When we had their neighborhood, we had a lot. It seemed like it, but things have changed like that. Yeah. Like you said, people aren't always home.
I know.
Or they won't answer their door.
Christmas hashtag bring back Christmas carols.
Yes. I think it's just such a nice, we're thinking, the year's almost up. Yes. It's just hard to believe. 2025. I always take time to reflect and think about the things that have happened, good or bad, happy or sad. I think it's important. My kids kind of give me the eye roll each year when I'm like, okay, let's think about all the things we did. And, we go through our camera roll, and then that kind of gives us our cues and things. But it's a great exercise to, as you kind of tie up that last few days of the year to do reflect and be grateful, be thankful, be prayerful. Yeah. It's a good time to do that.
Let's seek the Lord about what he has in store for next year, kind of prepare our hearts for it. Yes. And, I am just so personally so thankful to be able to do this.
Yeah.
We are preparing and sharing on these episodes, but it helps us to be more reflective. Don't you feel like it's been good for us? It's like good rhythm.
Yes.
A good rhythm to say, like, what is God doing in our lives, and what is he speaking to us about that we can share with other people?
Yeah.
So,
and
generosity.
Yes. Sharing. Well, I know we wanted to share a couple things. You wanted to share a couple things about going into the holidays as we wrap up things.
Yes.
Making sure our well-grounded listeners are loved on and cared for.
Yes. As you get ready for these last couple of days before, if you're watching this when it releases, we're just a couple of days before Christmas. So we're just praying for you. We care about you. And from our well-grounded families to yours, we pray that you would be refreshed,
be encouraged,
stay well-grounded, and have a Merry Christmas.